Hi guys, it's Josh.
I'm Karis.
And I'm Marlene.
Our fifth featured Yalie of the week. Marlene is no stranger to many people, but a stranger to some. That doesn't make any sense, but we're going to say it anyway. Well, I really suck. Can we, take that off?
Absolutely not. Anyway, I picked Marlene this week, and I did so because I thought we had a lot of athletes on. And Marlene has a really different and really interesting perspective, and I thought she and the Yale community would benefit from.
I think we do have too many athletes. Karis, could you...
Step out of the frame.
Sorry, I'll leave. Bye.
You and your triceps, please step
Sorry,
out of the frame.
Okay, so Karis has the first question. Go ahead.
Well, you wrote in your essay that you spent a semester working in the Appalachians. So tell us a little bit about what it was like, some of the drawbacks, and some of the rewards of going to school there.
Well, I'd say the major drawback is I definitely came back for my 4 months. We didn't have TV. We didn't have magazines or newspapers. Occasionally, our teachers would tell us things that were happening in the world. I found out that Cheney shot someone about 3 days later. So, there was a bit of a lag. I mean, one of the biggest things was just there were these key parts of pop culture that I just could never catch up with. There were a couple of songs that I came back and everyone was humming them, and it was they were big on the radio and they were already off the radio by the time I came back. So little things like that. I mean, also of course I missed my friends from home. I missed my family and school. But honestly, it was any disadvantages, any drawbacks were totally outweighed by just how much fun I had and how much I learned. Is just an amazing experience.
What did you do there? I
mean, mostly we went to school. We went to class. I took English and science, and Spanish and math. But in my classes were tiny. My math class had 3 kids in it, which I went to an urban public high school, so most of my classes had 30 kids in them. Mm-hmm. So that was really different. But then on the weekends we went backpacking and hiking and whitewater canoeing and rock climbing, and also just, my science class was a natural science class, and every day we'd show up to class, and usually my teacher would be standing outside of our classroom building, and he'd be like, no, guys, don't go inside, and then he'd break off running into the woods, and we'd have to chase after him. He's 55, maybe almost 60, and he could outrun all of us. So that was great, and then we'd find him sitting on a rock, whittling, and then he'd just start talking about, Darwin, and, plants, and the tree that we were sitting next to. So it was just, completely different from my high school at home, and it was great.
So basically you relived Dead Poet Society.
Kind of, not really. Well, there's that scene, but yeah, no, not really. No, way better than that, way cooler, without the whole, all that shitty stuff that happens, and the kid who dies, yeah.
So, speaking of scenes, let's ask you some questions about theater. So, you're very involved in that. How'd you get started?
Basically, in junior high and high school, all of my friends did theater. And so I did the acting thing for a little bit. I was in Oklahoma. I didn't have any lines.
You were in Oklahoma?
I was
Who'd
in Oklahoma. That kid who stands in the chorus and sings along and barely knows what's going on.
I was a Magnificent Curly in 8th grade.
Oh, wow. Well,
Didn't
that's
quite
a
have
little
the hair,
better.
but I did have the persona. Right,
yeah,
continue.
no. So, I was in a bunch of musicals. They were fun, but really, acting, not so much. So, I started doing... I still wanted to stay involved because all of my friends did theater. So, I started doing tech stuff, and then in 11th and 12th grade, I assistant directed a bunch of things, and I directed my own one act. So that was really great. And then I came to Yale, and, you guys may not know this, but Yale is, practically exploding with theater.
Literally.
Literally. I think there are at least 4 shows going up every weekend between now and the end of school. So, it's, for me, it was almost, hard not to get involved. Maybe some of you haven't even seen a show since you've been at Yale, but there's so much of it going on. So yeah, one of the first weeks of school, they have a big meeting at the beginning of every semester where all of the directors and producers of all the shows come together in one place, and they stand up and they say, hi, my name is such and such, and I'm directing a play. And so afterwards, after this meeting, I just went around and asked everyone, do you guys need an assistant director? And someone said that they did, so I did the Norman Conquest, and it was really fun. And the semester I decided I wanted to do my own thing. So with a friend of mine who was in the play I assistant directed last semester, I'm directing a show.
All right. So as a closing statement, you want to plug your play, give everybody times and dates?
No, definitely. I'm co-directing Richard III. We're going up April 9th through the 11th. That's a Thursday through a Saturday, probably at 8 p.m. And yeah, you guys should all definitely come. It's going to be in the JE Theater. So yeah, fill the house. I'd love to see the audience full of TD people and full in general. So yeah.
Great.
Little
Thanks.
culture never hurts.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Marlene.
Thank you guys.
Wonderful talking with you. Yeah. Have a good week. Have a good week, guys.